Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Ad Hoc Committee on African American Disparity has partnered with North Carolina A&T State University for a community survey. The university's criminal justice faculty will offer perspective on relationships between residents and the Greensboro Police Department, or GPD. The anonymous police and community survey is available online until December 1st. Printed surveys are available at community centers and libraries. The Ad Hoc Committee believes a measure of a city's safety and vitality is seen in how its communities pursue peace, respect, and truth. It looks forward to assisting this effort and hearing city residents' voices on the important work of the police in their communities. The North Carolina A&T State faculty will analyze the collected data for the committee's review. The Ad Hoc Committee will report on the survey's findings in 2024. To access the Police and Community Survey, visit the city's website or contact Liz Lennon in the Human Rights Department at 336-373-2038. A city contractor will perform service sewer line smoke testing today through Friday, August 11th. The testing locations are in the following neighborhoods in addition to downtown Greensboro: Glenwood, Southside, Warnersville, Dust Bowl, Hampton Homes, and Oak Grove. During testing, a non-toxic smoke will be introduced into manholes, eventually flowing into sewer lines. Any open breaks in the city's sewer collection system, as well as improper connections such as roof downspouts, will be identified by the presence of smoke. The smoke is non-toxic, non-staining, white to gray in color, has a slight odor, and creates no fire hazard. City water and sewer service customers are advised to pour a gallon of water into every sink, tub, and floor drain that is not used on a regular basis. This will fill the P-traps and ultimately prevent smoke from entering into the building. Traffic signs and cones will be in place at testing locations, and motorists are encouraged to use alternate routes to avoid the areas. Dates and times may change due to weather or last-minute changes in the work schedule. The job is part of the city's ongoing sewer rehabilitation program, which is funded by water and sewer rates. For more information, contact Mario Edward at 336-373-2527. To report a water or sewer emergency, call 336-373-2033. Alamance Church Road will be closed between Rotherwood Road and Bristol Road from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. until Friday, August 18th. This is due to a storm water line installation taking place along Alamance Church. Motorists should expect delays near the construction area, and you're encouraged to use alternate routes or follow the detour signs. Work schedules are dependent on weather conditions and the availability of material and equipment. To learn more about lane and road closures or to subscribe to email notifications about upcoming work on city streets, please visit the city's website. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Did you know that over 7.5 million people are seen in physicians' offices for shoulder pain every year? We'd like to share with you today a series of exercises that we found are helpful to regain mobility and strength and prevent injury in the shoulder. So we'd like to demonstrate for you one of the exercises that we find is very important to keep your shoulder healthy. This first exercise isolates the group of muscles that we call the external rotators, an important part of the rotator cuff. And this is performed by holding an elastic band or a bungee cord between your hands with your elbows safe at your side and rotating your hands apart. It's important to keep your elbows close to your side and to keep your shoulders low. Don't hike them up close to your ears, but again in a relaxed position down low. We recommend doing 3 sets of 10 repetitions of this exercise 3 to 5 days a week. So the second exercise for healthy shoulders involves an exercise called shoulder extension. This helps to isolate the muscles that attach to the shoulder blade and helps with stability. This is called shoulder extension. You utilize an elastic band, grasped with your hands, elbows straight, and to begin with, you want to pinch your shoulder blades together behind you and then draw your hands backwards. That's the shoulder extension. And again, we recommend performing this 3 sets, 10 repetitions, 3 to 5 days a week. Now, these elastic bands can be attached to a doorknob or any other stationary object around the house. You see how Noelle keeps her shoulders level. They're not rising up next to her ears, and it's very important to keep the shoulders down to get the full effect of this exercise. The third exercise for a healthy shoulder we call a horizontal row. And this again is performed with an elastic band or a bungee cord. In this one, you want the band to be attached roughly at shoulder height. So you might need to sit down if you're attaching the band to a doorknob, or you can put a knot in the elastic band and close it in the door so that it's at about your shoulder height. And you're going to grasp the elastic band with your arms straight, and then you'll be pulling your hands in towards your chest. You pinch your shoulder blades together at the onset, and then you'll pull your arms in and then slowly release, keeping your shoulders level, not hiking them up near your ears, but keeping them down low. And again, 3 sets of 10 repetitions, 3 to 5 times a week. Certain shoulder positions and movements can be very hard on the group of muscles that we call the rotator cuff, in particular overhead reaching and lifting. So the military press, which Tracy's demonstrating, can put excess stress on the rotator cuff muscles, and is generally an exercise that we would recommend people avoid. In addition, dropping the barbell behind the head and up onto the back of the neck also puts the shoulder in a compromised position that can cause stress and strain and irritate the rotator cuff and shoulder girdle muscles. Our final recommendation for a healthy shoulder is to make sure that you're always lifting and reaching in safe positions. You want to make sure that you maintain proper posture. You can see Noelle sitting up nice and straight. And as she's reaching, she wants to make sure that she uses good body mechanics. You want to avoid reaching in awkward positions, such as when you're driving your car, reaching into the back seat for an object is a position that puts the shoulder at a disadvantage. And we often see people come in with shoulder injuries from lifting in awkward positions. So take the time to find a safe, comfortable position. Use your power zone with your hands in front of you, your elbows at your side, elbows below your shoulders. That's the safe zone. Regular exercise is a critically important part of a healthy lifestyle for people of all ages and activity levels. Regular exercise improves our strength and endurance, can help prevent injury, and helps in our recovery. Maintaining a full range of motion and normal strength in the shoulder is the key to pain-free shoulder motion. Please visit conehealth.com/orthopedics for more information. I'm Dr. Kevin Supple.
One City, One Book is back, and this year's selection is focused on food and fellowship. And if you have a teenager in need of a productive program, we have a solution. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The One City, One Book selection is the Carolina Table, North Carolina Writers on Food. The book is a collection of essays exploring our heritage through food-related stories set in North Carolina. The book explores the many ways food influences community and family, meals and manners, regional traditions, recipes, and recollections. The late Randall Keenan, an award-winning novelist and food writer, edited the collection. Several of North Carolina's favorite writers share their recollections, including Lee Smith, Daniel Wallace, Jill McCorkle, and Jackie Shelton Green, along with noted cookbook author Nancy McDermott, just to name a few. Library Director Bridget Blanton said the Carolina table was chosen because gathering for meals is a universal way to build relationships, and good food brings people together no matter their origins or ethnicity. This program will have a positive and lasting impact on our community. Programs for One City, One Book begin this fall with interactive activities, discussions, readings, and more. Community groups who want to participate are encouraged to contact Beth Sheffield at 336-373-3617. The Greensboro Youth Council, or GYC, will host an open house and orientation. This meeting is open to teenagers who are interested in joining GYC during the coming school year. The session will be held at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, August 15th at the Central Library in downtown Greensboro. GYC is a youth leadership program designed to give high school students an opportunity to grow as leaders while earning volunteer hours. The group will coordinate and host youth-run programs to benefit and serve the community. During the open house, current members will share information about GYC projects and programs. There will be an orientation for volunteers, parents, and guardians. The Central Library is located at 219 North Church Street. For more information, call 336-373-2738 or visit the GYC website. The artist hosting the Greensboro Residency for Original Works, or GROW, is Angela Rumble, a North Carolina native. She is in residence at the Greensboro Cultural Center today through September 17th. Rumble invites community members who are interested in learning more about musical composition to attend a series of workshops August 1st through the 19th. All skill levels are welcome. The workshops will be followed by collaboration sessions on August 22nd, 24th, and 26th, where participants will work together on their musical performances and create a showcase piece. The last 2 weeks of Rumble's residency will focus on individual and group rehearsals for community members who will be part of the final showcase performances scheduled for 5 p.m. on September 16th and 3 p.m. on September 17th. All workshops and group rehearsals are free and open to the public. The performances on September 16th and 17th are ticketed events. Tickets can be purchased online beginning on August 27th. Rumble is a singer, musician, and teacher who has been performing musical theater, opera, and pop music across North Carolina for the past 12 years. Rumble has been a featured soloist with the North Carolina Symphony and is chair of the Greensboro Music Teachers Festival for 2024. A unique partnership is taking shape between Greensboro's library and Parks and Recreation departments. Coming up after the break, we'll have an update on this one-of-a-kind collaboration in East Greensboro. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. East Greensboro will set the backdrop for a first-of-its-kind development being planned by the library and Parks and Recreation. Joining me now to share an overview of the Windsor-Chavis-Noco Community Complex is Shauna Tillery. She is the Planning and Project Development Manager with Greensboro Parks and Recreation. Hello, Shauna. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Carla. Excited to be here.
Oh, so glad to have you. We're so excited to get an update on Windsor-Chavis-Noco. Tell us about the vision for this community complex.
So the vision really started between the library director, Bridget Blanton, and our Parks and Recreation Director at the time, Nasha McCrae, who's now our Assistant City Manager for Community Services. They had this big idea and vision: as communities grow within the library and the Parks and Recreation world, let's grow together. Let's not grow separately, right? And being able to bring government outside of our box and into the community was a culmination in the idea beginning behind the project. So that really started about 10 years ago. And so we've taken that time and we're at a very good place right now.
Oh, wonderful. Well, 10 years is a long time to get the planning phase together. So what goes into that? What are you doing during that planning?
Right. So in 2016, voters approved a $2 million bond referendum that was really to get that planning effort started. So we went through a process of including a group of community stakeholders who helped us with our RFQ process. We brought together a really dynamic architecture team to do this project from the beginning. We utilized two of the only MBE architecture firms in the state, Vines Architecture and Evoke Studio, and one of the members of that team actually grew up as a child in the Windsor community, so a really great connection to the community. So they started working in 2018, developing our first set of the process of the project, the schematic design. So we really gauged a lot of community feedback. We touched over 4,000 residents, really trying to get that community-focused program design. So that process went through COVID in 2020, and then we went through our design development stage to about half of that process. So at that point we stalled because we didn't have any more money to finish the design, but we knew about how much it was going to cost to construct the facility. So we started that project advocacy, and luckily in 2022, our voters approved a bond referendum of $50 million, and we have been able to jumpstart the design process to finish that out. So it's a long process, but we are excited about where we're at and where we're going to go moving forward.
So just so people have a sense of what this complex is going to offer, you say it's bridging library and Parks and Recreation services. What will the impact be for not just East Greensboro, but Greensboro as a whole?
Yeah, so it's going to be a whole community-based facility for the entire city. There's facilities that have been built like this in the country where you have a separate library and a separate recreation center, and they're in the same facility, and they call them co-location facilities, right? This is not the same. This is an integration of both the library programmatic components and the programmatic pieces of recreation along with community services. We will have a presence from Guilford County in that facility, from being able to provide certain types of services for the residents of the community. We'll also have a presence with Cone Health in the facility, and being able to bring not only this kind of social and health equity piece to the facility, but also being able to offer the traditional things that people are accustomed to seeing in a library or a recreation center. We'll have Parks and Recreation's first indoor aquatics facility. Yeah. It's a really exciting component of the project. We're going to have a slide, a lazy river, along with a traditional pool that will be available for lap swimming and also swim lessons. Yeah. So really being able to have that piece there. We'll also have your traditional gymnasium area, basketball, those types of sports, a walking track, a cardio kind of focused fitness area. Yeah. But also the programmatic piece that's really amazing about this is that we're going to have specific maker spaces. We'll also have sensory areas. We'll have children's programming areas, teen areas, adult active adult areas. We'll also have within that our first teaching kitchen. So we'll be able to integrate programmatic pieces on healthy living and healthy cooking into the facility. And it's not only just the recreation building itself, it's also NOCO Park. So we will be able to hopefully redevelop that area as well. We've applied for a grant to help assist with that, but that component will also include a kind of traditional nature playground area, an amphitheater, a multi-purpose field, renovated parking, renovated new restroom facility, along with improvements along Gate City Boulevard. So it's an exciting transformation to really re-envision and impact this, and we're really seeing it as a catalyst for economic development for East Greensboro.
Absolutely. So before we go, I'm sure people want to know, when will the dirt start turning, and how can they follow? Are you going to give us photos, like progression shots, as all of this gets built?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we are in the process of finalizing that design development, and we'll move into construction documents in 2024. We are hoping to start moving dirt in 2024. We're kind of working out when that's going to be, but we'll be having a website that will be updated to give information and progress, and then along with signage along Eastgate City Boulevard, we'll be incorporating that into the project. So once people start to see that building come down, they know that we are moving quickly in order to get it back up.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Shauna, for stopping by to give us this update on a most exciting project and such a renovation, as you're saying, for East Greensboro. Do keep us posted and come back anytime with new developments.
All right, great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Absolutely. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Commission on the Status of Women, or CSW, is inducting 15 residents into the Ruth Wicker Tribute to Women. The community will have an opportunity to meet these women during an unveiling ceremony at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, August 23rd at the Barber Park Event Center. The women were nominated by the public and chosen by a panel convened by the CSW. They are recognized for their achievements and significant contributions to Greensboro and the surrounding community. These women will join the 31 individuals and 4 organizations that comprise the first group of Tribute to Women honorees in 2019. With a donation from the estate of Ruth Wicker, the Tribute to Women was established in 2019. The free exhibit is located at 1502 Barber Park Drive. The tribute is open most Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more information about the Commission on the Status of Women, contact Liz Lennon in the Human Rights Department at 336-373-2038. To review the list of the inaugural nominees, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here are some of the special events happening this weekend on the town. The Carolina Theater presents 5-time Grammy Award winner Mary Chapin Carpenter on August 10th. The folk and country singer-songwriter has sold over 16 million albums in her career, including her most recent, The Dirt and the Stars. Tickets start at $45. Get yours at the box office or online at carolinatheater.com. The North Carolina Vendor and Food Truck Festival is August 12th at the UNCG parking lot on Westgate City Boulevard. Enjoy the wares of more than 200 vendors and food trucks from across the state. Plus, there will be giveaways, raffles, music, and more. Admission is free. Visit ncvendorhub.com for more information. All Elite Wrestling hosts its highly anticipated new show titled Collision at the Greensboro Coliseum on August 12th. Will you be there live when the best in the world, CM Punk, makes his AEW Collision debut in North Carolina? Tickets start at $29 and may be bought at the box office or online at greensborocoliseum.com. Brit Floyd has produced the world's unrivaled, definitive Pink Floyd Experience show since 2011. Now the band from Liverpool, England brings its state-of-the-art sound and visual performance to the Tanger Center on August 12th. Tickets start at $20.50 and may be purchased at the box office or online at tangercenter.com. August 14th is Financial Awareness Day, and the McGirt-Horton Branch Library hosts a representative from the State Attorney General's office to discuss internet safety and tips for avoiding online scams. This is a free program with no registration required. Learn more on the city's website at greensboro-nc.gov. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department is accepting registration for its after-school program for children ages 5 to 12. There are locations available citywide, including the recently reopened Peeler Recreation Center. The cost is $30 per child each week, and you can sign up online. Regular program hours are from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays through Fridays. The activities may be expanded on teacher work days, early release days, and some school holidays. Contact the Guilford County Schools Transportation Department to determine if your child's bus stops at your neighborhood recreation center. To speak with a program manager, contact the recreation center of your choice. Register by visiting the city's website. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the city's finance department. For the 48th consecutive year, the Chicago-based Government Finance Officers Association, or GFOA, awarded the City of Greensboro its Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. The certificate is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting. This is based on the city's annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2022. The GFOA recognizes Greensboro's high standards, including a constructive spirit of full disclosure to clearly communicate its financial story. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.